transcend these people. And I realize more than ever, transcending them mentally, spiritually, with our consciousness, understanding that, and not having fear, but at the same time having great energy against the enemy to overthrow their system in a peaceful revolution of total renaissance. The great enlightenment of enlightenments, freeing the minds of men and women everywhere. But can you handle consciousness? Can you handle being awake? Doesn't mean you believe what I believe. It means you stare out into the vastness of God's creation. It's incredible. Speaking of consciousness and perception, here's a definition of the Overton window. It is a political theory that describes the range of ideas the public will accept as a narrow window, according to the theory. An idea's political viability depends mainly on whether it falls within the window rather than on politicians' individual preferences. It is named for its orator, or an originator, Joseph P. Overton, a former vice president of the Menachie Center for Public Policy. And he went on, at any given climate of public opinion, which a politician can recommend without being considered too extreme to gain or keep public office. And what they do is they try to shock the Overton window. They know when they come out on MSNBC and say 2 + 2 = 5, your kids belong to the state, fathers are bad, all sex between a man and woman is rape, 2 + 2 might equal 3, you didn't build your business, small businesses don't hire people, raising the debt limit doesn't raise the debt limit, we're never going to come after your guns, it's pro-Second Amendment to turn your guns in, a.k.a. Bloomberg. All of these attacks on reality are meant to just shock you until you just accept anything. It's destroying the entire window where you're in a catatonic state of cognitive learned helplessness dissonance and normalcy bias, where the new normal is anything goes for the system, and whoever is on television, whoever is establishment, whoever says they're in charge, but then you play with a Nerf gun in your backyard when you're 12, and you're going to be suspended and the police are going to come. Or you post a shot of yourself on Facebook with a BB gun, you're expelled, even though there's no law and no jurisdiction of the school. Just like they'll arrest parents who don't vaccinate their children when there's no law to vaccinate. And they'll go lie to the jury and charge them under something else, and the lawyer will play along and won't even tell you. The feds are scrambling to buy hazmat suits. Top link on drudgereport.com, Infowars.com. You add that in with Obama saying, oh, there'll probably be some more Ebola cases. Tells me there's a cover-up for after the election. I think the Ebola overall is real, and I think it is spreading. I don't know how bad, and I think they're covering it up. And I know doctors say they're disappearing people, but that's the Overton window. If they can go into hospitals and have the hospitals go along with, we're the feds, no paperwork, we're disappearing people, and doctors go public and there's no investigation. They didn't come out and say that doctor we had on was a liar. He runs 3 hospitals, 3 regional clinics. He reported at the place he did his internship, Harry Truman Center, that there was Ebola or what looked like Ebola. They didn't respond. They didn't deny. They didn't fire him. They didn't say jack squat, even though that was in newspapers all over the country, saying, look what Alex Jones is up to now. And I talked to other medical doctors that say the same thing's going on. See the Overton window? Where the media sits there and ridicules us for having sources by name, putting their jobs and lives on the line. And they just say, look at the nutball. Look at the nutball. He doesn't want to bring Ebola patients in. He says it'll spread, and it started spreading. Look at the nutball. Look at the nutball. It's not that I'm saying, oh, aren't I smart? I'm in the normalcy area historically. They call me a deranged right-wing conspiracy theorist at the White House, Media Matters, because I'm simply saying 2 + 2 = 4, and if anybody resonates with that, that's game over for them. So see, that's the Overton window. That's why they came out in the Journal of Medical Ethics in February of 2012 and said we should be able to kill babies for any reason if the state or the parents want up to age 3, period. They're not humans. The state will judge when you're human, when you're old or when you're young. Just like they decide veterans, whether they be 25 years old or 87 years old, don't need to get brain surgery, don't need to get lung surgery, don't need to have a knee fixed, don't need to have heart surgery, and they give you pain pills and say go home and die, and there's a secret death list, and it all came out and nobody got in trouble. And now they've got it in one of the biggest sites out there, College Fix, trending. More college students support post-birth abortion. And it links to TV shows and news articles and stories where it is the new hot thing to say, let's start killing kids. See, Overton window. Overton window.
Resistance to tyrants is obedience to...
They're getting us ready for everything.
Alex Jones.
They're going over the top. You see? That's what it's all about. Just getting you totally shocked and ready. And then they're rolling it out. That suits, top left-hand corner. The reason that's important is that Paul, as soon as this article went out, got contacted by a high-level manager of a major shipping company. I'm just going to leave it at that. And this is the type of stuff they'll try to hack the site or bring it down over. That's why we have Facebook, Twitter, and other backup sites like prisonplanet.com. And that's why it's important to sign up at Infowars.com/newsletter with your email. So even if they shut down our sites, which they attack us all the time, we could still send you an email that you can repost. But this is from Paul Joseph Watson to my iPhone 10 minutes ago. UPS manager, I'm not going to give the details, sending document, article being written now up in the next 20 minutes saying 250,000 hazmat suits are bought by U.S. government being sent to Dallas alone. Now, this is national news that the feds just bought them nationwide. This is even more they're buying. Watson got his photo ID and verified email with the company. Doesn't want to be named. And again, that's just Watson verifying to me, even though he always does it. We verify. Oh, you're a federal marshal, huh? I'm sorry, you're going to need to mail me your ID and your extension, and I'll call you from a secure phone at a set time. I want to go to the switchboard at the federal building, and I want to talk to you. And Watson's new article just went on screen. He told me 10 minutes ago, so it's up. Exclusive, U.S. government orders 250,000 hazmat suits to be sent to Dallas. Manager with large shipping company confirms purchase. Good. Watson didn't say the name of the company. There's only two. You can guess which one it is. A manager with a major shipping company has exclusively revealed to InfoWars the U.S. government has ordered 250,000 hazmat suits to be sent to Dallas, the location of the latest Ebola outbreak in the United States. The manager of the shipping company, this is the manager, we should even say that, provided his credentials to InfoWars by providing a photo ID and sending a verified email from the company account, but wishes to remain anonymous due to understandable fears that he could be fired for revealing the information. I just learned we have been asked to ship 250,000 hazmat suits to Dallas, Texas, for the U.S. government. Again, this is happening today. We are pulling these suits from the U.S. government to Dallas, Texas, states the individual who manages the drivers who work for the shipping company. The purchase of the 250,000 hazmat suits to be sent to Dallas confirms the health authorities are still very concerned about the spread of Ebola after 2 nurses in the city who cared for patient 0, Thomas Eric Duncan, contracted the virus. And yeah, and then one of them flew around everywhere. Ladies and gentlemen, you better believe if they really had Ebola, they spread it. I mean, just give me a break. Let's keep reading the article. In an interview on the Alex Jones Show last week, Dr. James Lorenzi, who we want to get back on the show, they've totally ostracized him, they haven't fired him yet, revealed that Hospital Corporation of America, a private operator of health facilities, it's the largest, has removed protective gear and hazmat suits from local hospitals without replacing it. Lorenzi also revealed that the potential cases of Ebola were going unreported and that patients were being, quote, disappeared from hospitals. As reported earlier, PPE distributor Lakewood Industries announced yesterday that it had received 1 million orders for hazmat suits from the government agencies worldwide, a press release that prompted the company's stock to soar 30% in the hours after trading. What did I tell you a month ago? I didn't buy any of this stock, but it's a sure thing. in my view. I don't play the stock market, though. Lakewood initially hit the headlines in September after revealing that it had received an order from the U.S. State Department for $160,000. Drudge is linked to our story. Stay with us, Infowars.com. We got
Thank you
Steve
for
Quayle
listening to GCN.
coming up.
Visit GCN.
They do not like the fact that we can get HUMAT intel on everything they're doing from you. God bless that leaker. In the near future. When you realize how fake it all is, the football, the basketball.
Alert. Security alert. This is Homeland Security. Analysis. InfoWars building independent media operation.
We let the worst people get control and tell us that we are the ones responsible.
Prime directive. Discredit Alex Jones.
Jones is the wildly popular conspiracy theorist.
A popular conspiracy theory talk show called InfoWars.
Alex Jones is now in an Austin jail.
These people are assaulting us.
Targeting of patriots engaged.
They are never going to stop. They're never going to deviate from their program until we stop them.
Block free iPhone app at Infowars.com. Block free podcast and video feed. Imperative. Destroy Prison Planet TV.
You gotta set your eye on the enemy, not worry about what propaganda they put out. Intellectually, it's begun and you can feel it.
You're listening to The Alex Jones Show.